guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Aisha, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a bit of like a story time slash vloggy time slash vlog, or just call it a vlog time, because I'm gonna give you guys a story time of me giving birth, but then I'm also gonna insert clips of like the whole shebang, because well, we filmed it, some of it, but we didn't film enough to make a vlog. And also I want to give you guys a story time about the actual labor experience, because it was a crazy experience. And yeah, I'm happy to say that like everything went amazingly. My baby's behind me there, he's sleeping in his crib. I'm happy he's okay, I'm happy I'm okay. It's been 3 weeks since I've given birth. I've been so exhausted and tired and all that kind of stuff, which is why like I haven't really had the energy to film. Obviously I filmed content in advance, so you guys are gonna see this the following week, but it's been 3 weeks since I've given birth. I literally did not have the energy to do anything after I gave birth. And yeah, this is finally when I feel like okay, it's the right time, and I feel completely up to like reliving the whole experience, if you know what I mean. So yeah guys, if you're interested in that, please give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below. Today I'm so tired, guys. Like I just want to sleep. And it appears that my labor has started. Yeah, I'm in labor. Apparently. I still feel fine, but apparently I'm in labor. So basically, today is the 4th of July, and my due date, or when I'm exactly 40 weeks, is going to be on the 10th of July. So now I'm 39 weeks, which is still full term, so it's okay to give birth. And I actually wanted to go into labor this weekend, because they told me if I don't go into labor by like my due date, they're going to do like a cervical check to check if I'm dilating, and I don't want like, all that going on up there. I've just been doing a lot of stuff to be like, okay, maybe this will help me go into labor. I've been taking walks, I've been doing different exercises. So I don't want to go to the hospital. Personally, I want to sleep it out until I'm in active labor. But my husband wants to go to the hospital and see how things are doing, because I have been spotting. So yeah, I should probably get to the hospital. So yeah, that's what we're pretty much doing right now. He's running around the house packing some things to get ready to go, and I'm just trying to stay awake because I'm so sleepy, guys. I'm so sleepy. I called on Tabby this morning. I'm like, Tabby, I want to watch Love Island, but I'm in labor. But I'm in labor. And she's like, but it's just 1 hour. Watch the episode. That's how obsessed me and her are with Love Island Gem. It's our favorite guilty pleasure. I feel fine. I feel calm, honestly. Like I'm just ready to get this baby out of me. So we'll see how things go.
A few moments later.
First of all, guys, I want to start by saying, yo, pregnancy can make you so ugly. Looking at the video when I was in labor and right now, it's only been 3 weeks. But guys, you will see when I insert the clips, there is such a difference in me physically, like big difference. I was darker, I was thicker, everything had changed. And I still feel like things are not 100%. Like I still feel like my fingers are a bit swollen. Before I gave birth, I could not put on my wedding ring. Like I literally had it somewhere in a box, because it wasn't fitting. Like I couldn't wear a lot of my clothes, nothing was fitting, and my face was like so swollen, my nose was like so swollen, everything was just, I looked so different, and my eyes were puffy. Like I was just always like this. Hey guys, there was just a lot going on. I just feel like pregnancy and stuff, never reproduce with someone who doesn't like you, because honestly it takes so much out of you physically, emotionally, mentally. Even right now I've been dealing with a lot of postpartum emotions. It's honestly been quite the journey, but yeah, let's talk about it. Everything started like on the 3rd of July. Well, that whole week, like the week of the 3rd of July, from the 1st of July, because my due date was on the 10th, and my baby on the 3rd of July was already past 3 kg. And obviously the bigger the baby, the harder it is to give birth. And the 3rd of July he was 39 weeks. 39 weeks is full term. It means that the baby is ready to be born. 39 to 40 weeks, that's when the baby's full term, they can be born at any time. So as soon as I reached 39 weeks, I was ready to give birth. Like even before that, guys, because I was so tired all the time. I couldn't even walk properly. My feet were this huge. I was so sleepy. I woke up with back pain every single day. Every single day I woke up and my back was killing me. I was exhausted. Like I was so tired of being pregnant. And women say this all the time, like towards the end, that last few days or weeks, you are get this baby out of me weeks pregnant, you're just tired. Like you're genuinely just tired. Before the 3rd trimester, it's easier to carry the weight. You can still do day-to-day activities, but like towards the very end, you can't do anything. So on the 3rd, I was telling Aziz, I'm like, I need this baby out of me. I'm tired of being pregnant. I want to give birth this week. I need the baby out of me. And by then I had already lost my mucus plug. For those of you that don't know, the mucus plug is like this ball of mucus that's like in your cervix, right? And when you are about to give birth, it starts coming out. It's exactly like mucus from your nose, but it comes out from your parts, and it's like this ball of mucus. That ball of mucus is a sign that you're closer to giving birth. It doesn't tell you the exact date that you're going to give birth. You could lose your mucus plug and then still have like a week before you're giving birth, or 2 weeks, especially if you're a newer mom. But it is a sign that okay, things are coming, it's getting closer, because some people lose their mucus plug and give birth that same day. So I had lost my mucus plug earlier that week, I think on Tuesday or something. And by Thursday, I'm like, why am I still pregnant? What is going on? I want to go into labor. I want to give birth. I was so tired. I was so tired of being pregnant. So then on Thursday, me and Aziz are trying everything. We're doing these exercises. I'm doing like these stretches. I'll show you guys a video, but like I'm doing all these stretches. I even tried nipple stimulation because they say nipple stimulation induces labor. So I took my breast pump and I'm there pumping. By then, milk wasn't coming out because I hadn't given birth yet, but I was still pumping because they say it's not about the milk coming out, it's just about stimulating your nipples. So I'm there pumping, 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 and I'm there like, guys, I was dancing, jumping, doing everything. Even that whole week, guys, I took a walk every single day. Like I was curb walking, and guys, I was eating dates every day. They say dates soften your cervix, pineapple, guys. Everything they say you should do, I was doing. I was so tired. The only thing I wasn't doing was drinking raspberry leaf tea, which they say is good for like softening your cervix. But I was not drinking it because I could not find it anywhere in Botswana. If I found it, I probably would have drank like 10. Man, I was so tired. So on the 4th of July, actually I had told Aziz I don't want my baby to be born on the 4th because like independence for America, and it's like 4th of July. So it's like So on the 4th of July, in the morning, I start texting Sibisi. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm so tired of being pregnant. I'm tired. I've tried everything. This baby is not coming. I'm texting her like at 9 a.m. in the morning. I'm complaining and complaining and complaining. And she's like, don't worry, it'll come. And she's trying to give me different ways. She's trying to tell me eat dates or all this kind of. I'm like, I've done everything in that video. Nothing is working. At 10 a.m., Aziz was supposed to be working, but the system for his work thing wasn't working. So he was like, let's take a walk. Because I wanted to take a walk, but obviously I didn't want to go by myself. Then he's like, the system is not working. Let's take a walk. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's take a walk. And then he's like, where do you want to walk to? I'm like, let's walk to Spa. And guys, keep in mind, Spa is like maybe I don't know how many kilometers, but let's just say it's a 40-minute walk, going 40 minutes, coming 40 minutes. And I'm like, let's walk there. I'm tired of being pregnant. And then he's like, okay. So then we start walking and we keep walking. Maybe like 5 minutes after that, because we had already walked for like 10 minutes, I start getting these cramps. This was at like 10 a.m. I'm getting cramps. And then I'm telling you, I just felt a cramp. He's like, okay. And he's looking at me like, hmm. And then after 5 minutes again, I'm getting another cramp, guys. They say that when you're first in labor, your cramps or your dilation, guys, isn't it, like, or if you don't know, labor like has stages. To give birth, you need to be 10 centimeters dilated. So in the beginning, if you're like 1 to 2 centimeters dilated, the cramps are not that strong. When you get to 10, it's like painful. But like when you're at 1, 2, it's not that strong because the cramps come in batches. Maybe you get a cramp for 30 seconds and then in 10 minutes you get another one for another 30 seconds, right? So they say in the beginning it's supposed to come like maybe one now, one in 20 minutes, another one in 20 minutes again. Guys, but mine, I never got that far away cramps. Mine literally started 5 minutes apart from the beginning. My cramps started 5 minutes apart. So I'm cramping every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, I'm getting a cramp. So on the fifth cramp, he's like, bro, you're in labor. I'm like, nah. Because I've had a lot of false alarms. I've had a lot of moments where it's like at night, I'm cramping up. I'm like, am I in labor? And I'm not. So I was like, it's probably another false alarm. He's like, I don't think it's a false alarm. So we walk a bit more because we're still walking to Spa because I wanted pie. I told him, let's walk to Spa so you can get pie. And I was determined to get my pie. So we were still walking. I'm telling him, it's not that deep. And the thing about me, because obviously I had that surgery. If you don't know, guys, I had surgery while I was pregnant to remove my ovary because I had an ovarian torsion, which is like where your ovary ties itself. And that thing is effing painful. It's the most painful thing I've probably ever experienced. This whole contraction thing was nothing. So I was experiencing the cramps like 5 minutes apart, and they were really not that bad to me. I was genuinely just chilling. So then we kept walking. He's like, bro, I think you're in labor. I'm like, nah. So then we got to Spa. He bought the pies and then he came out because we were walking with our dog. So I didn't go into Spa with him. I stood outside and I was holding the dog on a leash. When he came back out, we walked home. So while we're walking home, he starts calling his mom. He's like, "Oh, Aisha's in labor," and his mom is like, "Ah, okay, okay." And actually, as his sister had a dream that I was gonna go into labor that day, so she had told his mom. So his mom was not surprised that I was in labor. Then he called my mom, and she was like, "Hi, mom, Aisha's in labor," and my mom was like, "I'm coming." She's like, "I'm coming immediately." I was telling us, I was like, "Bro, you're overreacting. I'm not in labor. You're overreacting." So we went home and I kept on having the contractions every 5 minutes. So when we got home, this is where I realized I'm in labor, right? So I went to the bathroom to pee and then I wiped and there was like some blood there. My mom told me that, Wanaka, if you go to the bathroom and you see blood or you see blood in your panty, just know that you're in labor. And and that happened for me. So I'm like, okay, now I believe him. So as soon as I saw the blood, as he started panicking, he's like, oh no, oh no. And his sister said that if we see blood, we should go to the hospital immediately. Don't wait. And it was like a drop of blood. It was just because, guys, I've been studying a lot about pregnancy. So in my opinion, I think it was the bloody show because they say that sometimes your mucus plug has a bit of blood in there from the softening of the cervix. So I think it was the bloody show, which is like not that deep, guys. It's not that deep. But as this was like, we need to go to the hospital right now. I'm like, bruh, let's chill. Let's wait. Because I wanted to labor at home because labor takes so long, guys. So I wanted to labor at home and go like to the hospital when it's like I'm about to give birth so that I don't spend the whole day there just chilling doing nothing. So and then I was like, okay, you wanna go to the hospital? Fine. Let me bath first. Let me bath and watch Love Island. Because guys, there was a new episode of Love Island and I did not want to miss it because I wanted to know what the hell Huda was doing, like Jeremiah, like what is going on. So I needed to watch Love Island, guys. I know I'm in labor, but Love Island, I need to watch Love Island. So I'm telling him, let me watch Love Island, let me eat, let me bath, and then we can go to the hospital. He's looking at me and he's all angry. I'm like, well, so he boils water for me to bath, and then I go bath. I come back, I eat my food, I eat the pies we got. I'm watching Love Island. So then he got an in drive. We went to the hospital, and then yeah, eventually we got to the hospital. The taxi dropped us exactly by the labor part of the hospital. So we went inside there, and there was a counter, like a desk where people were sitting. We went to the desk, and then while we're at the desk, guys, it's such a coincidence, but my midwife from my operation, because there was a guy who came into the room. I even remember the person's name because he spoke to me right before I had my surgery. And I don't know, he just stuck with me. So he came into the room when I was having my surgery, when I was 5 months pregnant. Even remember the conversation I had with him. He came inside, he's like, "Hi, I'm your midwife." Um, and he told me his name. I don't know if I should say his name because I don't know if he wants to be, whatever. But he came and said, he's like, "Hi, I'm your midwife." He told me his name. Then he was like, "I'm gonna be your midwife through the surgery." And then I was like, "Okay." So he came back and he put a hairnet on my head before the surgery, and I don't remember what else he did, but he did something else, to prepare me for the surgery. Yeah, I saw him when I went into the labor ward. Like I saw him. Then I was like, "Hello." And then he's like, "Hello." Then I was like, "You are my midwife. Do you remember?" Then he's like, "Your midwife for what?" Then I was like, "Oh, my surgery." Then he's like, "Oh, what surgery did you have?" And then I was like, "Oh, I had ovarian torsion." He's like, "Ovarian torsion, I remember you." The thing is, these doctors, they be remembering the procedure that you had, but they don't be remembering your face. And I'm like, of all things to remember, you remember what was wrong with me. But I feel like what was wrong with me was so unique. Why are you getting your ovary removed while you're pregnant? That's so weird. So I understand why he remembered that, but it was still like, Then I told them, "Yeah, hello, I'm in labor." They're like, "Okay, you're in labor." I'm like, "Yes." So I wasn't, reacting or anything. I was genuinely chilling. And then after that, they told us this to sit in the waiting room. So he sat there. And then they took me to the same place that they had taken me when I was waiting for my surgery. They gave me a bed and they told me to lay down and wait. And guys, I found this out on the day I gave birth. But do you know when they say you're dilating? Like obviously it's 10 centimeters dilated where you give birth, right? I did not know this, but for them to check if you're dilating or not, they need to put their hands inside to be examining. I don't even know how they do it, but I don't know, maybe however many fingers fits in your cervix shows how dilated you are. So that's how they were checking that I'm dilated, Shem. So when I first sat there, they're like, "Oh, we need to check how far dilated you are." So they and started checking. They're like, "You're about 45 centimeters dilated. So yeah, you are in labor." I'm like, "No shit, Sherlock." Well, I didn't say that, but obviously I was thinking it. And then yeah, basically they checked my blood pressure and they said my blood pressure was high. And guys, this is why I started panicking because Hey, high blood pressure in pregnancy is just a red flag for women. I personally have not heard any good stories regarding that. So that did not give me comfort at all, but I didn't want to dwell on it too much. So yeah, they checked my blood pressure, they checked my pee, checked the heartbeat of the baby. And the lady who she came and measured my stomach, and then she was like, your stomach looks a bit big. You know, if your baby's above 4 kg, we're gonna have to do a C-section. So we need to do an ultrasound to see how big your baby is. And then in about an hour or two, like 3 o'clock, my cramps started intensifying. Like they started getting stronger, and it was frustrating. Like the cramping was frustrating, but it was still bearable. I could still walk through them, I could still talk while I'm having a contraction. But honestly, guys, there was a point where I was even hoping that they would tell me I'm having a C-section so that I don't have to go through that pain anymore, because it was so uncomfortable, guys. It was just a pain from the inside. It's one of those things that you can't describe, but the feeling was enough for me to be like, "Eh, guys." So then, eventually, guys, kind of things at Marina take time. Things at Marina take time. Yo. So at like 4 5 p.m., Aziz was still in the waiting room. They were only gonna let him in when they gave me my own room. So they said I should come do an ultrasound, and I asked, "Oh, can I ask Aziz to come in for the ultrasound?" They said, "Yeah, sure, he can come." So he came in for the ultrasound, and then they did it, and then they said, your baby is roughly 3.5 kg, somewhere around there, 3.5 plus or minus 400 grams. So that means that you can give birth naturally. And I was just there like, yay. I was not looking forward to it, but honestly, looking back, I'm happy I gave birth naturally. I feel like when you're in pain, it's difficult to think logically, but logically, honestly, I had it in me to give birth naturally. I did it, so I had it in me to do it. Around 6 p.m., that's when they moved me to a different room, to a room where I can be with Aziz. So they let him come inside. They gave me this doctor. I'd like to believe he was a doctor because he was the one who delivered the baby. I did not like my doctor, but I guess he's what I needed because he was so harsh. But then it's like, Batswana just be like that, guys. You know, Batswana who work for government institutions are usually not nice. Let's say, for example, you went do your passport. It's like, "Kanto wa ka ka passport thing yana?" You know what I mean? It's like always this fake nice type of energy. It's like maybe, for example, if you lost something and you wanna go and replace, they would be saying something like, "Kante, do you think that hoha Rebecca when I hello why all that you know what I mean? Like it's always this attitude yana, you know. So the guy they gave me had that attitude yana, but ish, it was so frustrating. But what could I do? He first came in and wanted to check if I'm dilated. He's like, "Hey, la bula out the nascent." I'm like, he's like, "Ako nascent." And guys, keep in mind, it's already 6 p.m. So my contractions are worse. And he wants to stick his hand and he's telling me, like, "Bula nascent." Like, I'm like, it was so frustrating, guys. It was so frustrating because it's like I'm trying my best. I am really trying my best. Your shouting is not helping. I'm in pain. So then, yeah, he checked me at 6 p.m. to see how dilated I am, guys. Will you believe me if he said I'm still 4 to 5 centimeters, guys? And my pain was so much worse. My pain was so much worse. Like the contractions were so much worse. I won't say they were unbearable, but they were frustrating, guys. Imagine every 5 minutes you're feeling pain, pain, pain. Eventually, it's gonna wear you down. It was wearing me down, and the pain is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. It's like being pierced by a needle over and over and over and over again in the same spot. It was so frustrating by then, and they had to do the cervical check every hour. So every hour, you're putting your hand where the sun don't shine, and I'm in pain, and you're making the pain worse because you're going to the part where the pain is. It was so uncomfortable. It was so dehumanizing. So then, after 2 hours, he came back and checked. This was like at 8 p.m. And then he's like, "You're 6 centimeters." I'm like, and they told me that if I give birth, because it was the 4th of July, they told me if I give birth before midnight, I'll be discharged the following day. But if I give birth after midnight, I need to spend 24 hours to be examined or what, I don't even know, but 24 hours. And then I would leave on Sunday. The following day would have been Saturday, and then the following day would have been Sunday. So they told me like I would have to leave on Sunday if I give birth after midnight. So I'm like, shit. And the way my dilation was going so slow, guys, keep in mind at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m., I was 5 centimeters, 4 to 5 centimeters. And at 6 p.m., I'm still 4 to 5 centimeters. And at 8, I'm 6 centimeters. And I still need to get to 10 to give birth. So I've been here since 1 o'clock, and currently the time is like, what time is it? The time is like 8 p.m. 8:30. 8:30. And when I arrived here, they first checked me and they told me I was like 45 centimeters dilated. And now it's been like, how many hours? Around 7 hours. 7 hours. And I'm still 45 centimeters dilated. So I'm tired, I'm crampy, I'm frustrated. I'm not in a, well, I'm fine. Like, I'm okay. I'm handling the contractions well, which obviously is good. But I'm just so tired. I need to get some rest, much needed rest. But obviously it's difficult to sleep in the situation. So we're just playing cards to like pass the time. And yeah, hopefully soon. At around 9, the doctor came back and he's like, this is taking too long. I want to break your water. I'm like, yo. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I was so scared because, guys, I did a lot of research and I read that, like, if your water is broken, because usually, like, when you're having a contraction, it contracts on the water. Like, if your water hasn't broken by itself, so it's contracting on the water. But if your water is broken, it's contracting on the baby, like the elbow, the leg. So it's not gonna hurt him, but it's gonna make your contractions more painful. And I'm like, yo. But obviously, it'll make you dilate quicker, but it'll be more painful, but in less time. They eventually convinced me, Aziz and the doctor, because Aziz was on the doctor's side. They convinced me to get my water broken. Because when I was like, no, I don't want to break my water, the doctor was like, "Kanto wena ke tla go bola or what? Like, o ithare ke ha ke tlile go bola." Like, and I'm like, just, he's like, "Kanto ke ngole bohoma yana." Like, you're just saying a lot. Like, yo. So then they broke my water. It was very uncomfortable. I didn't even see the water. I just heard a trickling sound. Shh. And, I don't know, maybe I was pouring it in a bucket or something. And then after they broke the water, I'll say the next two contractions were not that bad. The next two contractions were fine. So I'm like, oh, breaking my water made it better. It did not. It was temporary fulfillment because after that, guys, the contractions, yeah. So it was like 9 p.m. when they broke it, and by 10 p.m., yay. Because, guys, initially when I was having contractions, I could breathe through them. Now, the contractions were lasting 1 minute, 30 seconds. When I first started having them, they were lasting 30 seconds. Now, guys, each contraction is lasting 2 minutes. And they are, yay. The pain went from like initially when it first started, 1, 2, the pain was at like 7, 8. Man, it was, and like every time I'll have a contraction, it's lasting 1 minute, 30 seconds. If I even move slightly, it gets worse. Like, kore, and you don't even know how to describe the pain. You don't even know where the pain is coming from. Kore mo kwatla. Kore, everything is painful. Everything is painful. Kore, you can't even do anything. Guys, labor. Labor is something you cannot explain to anyone who has not experienced it. It's not period cramp. It's not. They say it's like period cramp, but it's not period. Let me not make noise. My baby's sleeping. But it's not period cramps. They lied. They lied. That pain is from within. It's, anyways. So every time I would have a cramp, this time I went from being quiet and now it's like like this is and guys, I told myself I don't want to scream during the whole labor process because they say screaming like finishes your energy. And if you finish your energy, you won't have the energy to give birth, like to push. So it's like I wanted to conserve my energy so I don't over exert myself. Oh, and guys, before, like at like 8 or 7 p.m., when the pain was still bearable, another nurse or doctor came in. She's like, oh, I'm done working for now, I'm gonna go. If you need like a pain, we have this pain medicine we give to people who are in labor, so if you need it, just ask your doctor, he'll give it to you, like if the pain becomes too unbearable. So I had it in the back of my mind that once it becomes too much, I'm gonna ask for the pain medicine. So at like 9:30, 10 p.m., when the pain was how I'm saying, I asked the doctor, I'm like, can I have the pain medicine? The pain is too much. He's like, no. I'm like, what? He's like, no. I'm like, why? Why? He's like, oh, that pain medicine causes like different kinds of complications and delays the whole labor process. I don't know what he said exactly. He said that it could, cause complications in the baby or something. I don't even know like how true that is, but that was enough for me to be like, I bet no medicine. But I don't know what, because that other doctor had me get in my head and be like, okay, if it's too unbearable, medicine, medicine, medicine. But actually, guys, I'm so happy the doctor who was attending to me did not give me that medicine. As much as he was frustrating in terms of his personality, I feel like he was the kind of doctor I needed. I did not need someone to be too agreeable with me because I'm too stubborn. I am too stubborn. You know what I mean? If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it. If you ask me once to break my water and I don't feel comfortable doing that, I can say no. Because one thing I told myself going into that whole labor process, I told myself that as much as the doctors want to help and all that kind of stuff, at the end of the day, I'm in charge of my body, right? At the end of the day, I can make decisions that feel right in that moment. You understand? And if I want to let things happen naturally, I can. So I feel like I kind of needed a doctor who can bounce back with me in terms of like not succumb to my yes no yes no yes no, because I can be very difficult, just slightly, not too much, not too much, but slightly difficult at times, right? So I needed someone to give it back to me, and he was giving it back to me. So yeah, he did not give me the pain medicine, which I'm happy he didn't, because guys, in the moment it felt unbearable, but I could handle it. I could handle giving birth, right? Honestly. So then around 10 to 11, I'm not sure how far into that range, but he came back. And guys, there was this thing that he kept doing. He kept like touching my stomach, checking how far along the baby is, and it was so painful. It was so painful. And the thing is, guys, when he would put his hand, I was telling him, can you wait for me to stop having a contraction? Because when you put your hand while I'm having a contraction, it's so much worse. And then he's like, nakarata ako na le contraction. It makes it easier for me to check. I'm like, do you want to kill me? He did not care about my pain in the slightest. I guess he's done it enough times to not care, or he's never cared. I don't know. Or maybe it's because he's a man. Sometimes when you're a man and you can't experience something, you feel like people are being dramatic when they're actually not, guys. Because I'm not one to over exaggerate pain. If I'm complaining, I'm in pain. So then he came and checked my dilation around 10 to 11. And he checked, he's like, you're 8 to 9 centimeters dilated. And then he's like, I'll come back and check in 2 hours. So I'm like, 2 hours? What if I get to 10 centimeters before that and the baby's coming? Then he's like, don't worry, I'll know when the baby's coming. I'm like, how will he know? But I thought, how will he know? But he said he'll know. So after he said that and left the room, that was around 11 ish. I wanted to go pee because every hour I was going to pee, right? So I would go to the toilet every single hour. So I went at that time to go and try and pee. So when I would pee, I would not sit on the toilet directly because I did not want, like, maybe to get the urge to push, because they said that you should not push if you feel like pushing when you're on the toilet, right? So I did not want to get the urge to push. So if I'm peeing while like standing, I'm not gonna. I don't know. It made sense to me. So then when I go pee, I'm trying to pee, the pee is not coming out, and I'm getting the urge to push. So I'm like, mm-mm, I didn't pee. I just stood up and I went back to the bed and I laid down. I laid on my side. I was kind of curled up like this, waiting for the next contraction. And then when I had the next contraction, I wasn't pushing. My body was pushing for me. My next contraction, guys, I kid you not when I say I was not pushing. My body started pushing for me. Like, I started, like, immediately, all the energy and focus in my body was pushing that baby out. I did not have any control over that urge or that sensation. My body did it by itself. And I was like, because the thing is, I've read about it and they said that some for some women, like, it takes time, but eventually your body will push for you. Like, you don't have to push in labor. Guys, I did not push that baby out. My body did it by itself. I did not consciously push for 1 second. Not 1 second. I did not at all. It happened by itself. And it was so strong. The pushing was so strong. I could not do it right now if I tried. It was it was astonishing to me. And then the doctor came, he's like, Naria, pushing. Why are you pushing? And then I'm like, I'm not doing it by myself. I'm telling him, I can't do it. It's not me. So then he goes and puts his hand back inside. He's like, you're 10 centimeters dilated. You're going to need to push. And in my head, I'm like, bro, I know I'm 10 centimeters. You don't need to tell me. This baby is coming. I can feel it. You don't need to tell me. I can feel it. But he was telling me, I was like, hey, you're going to need to push. So then he was like, I should open my leg kind of like, I was laying on my side. So he was like, I should open my leg kind of like this and push. Then he put on his gloves quickly. He was kind of like moving around quickly, doing a lot of shit. And then the next contraction, my body pushed and the head came out. Guys, my baby's head. Guys, my labor was so quick. When I got to 10 centimeters, it did not take 15 minutes. It did not take 4 pushes before that person was out. Not 4 pushes, not 4. So, and they say for some people, like first time moms, it takes like an hour of active whatever whatever, or like 2 hours of that whole process. I'm like, guys, not 4 pushes, not 5 minutes before that person was out my body. So I pushed the second time, or my body pushed for me the second time, and his head and arms were out. Or Aziz explained it to me, I did not see. And then I flipped and laid like this on my back. And then he was like, push, push, push. And I was waiting for a contraction because I was not pushing by myself. The the sensation was happening by itself. So I was waiting for a contraction to get that sensation because I could not do it by myself. He's like, push. I'm like, bruh, wait. So then the contraction came and the baby came out. I heard him cry. I did not see him at first. I heard him. And he was by my leg here, and I think they were cutting his umbilical cord. So I'm hearing, "Nyah, nyah, nyah," and I'm like, oh my god, I could not see him yet, but I could hear him. So I'm like, oh my god, that's my baby crying, that's my baby crying. And then they lift me up and they show me that, like, oh, they show me the gender. They're like, what is he? I'm like, he's a boy. They're like, okay. So they cut the umbilical cord and they put him on me here, and he was crying his little lungs out. And they had initially told me when I did an ultrasound a week ago or something, a week before I gave birth, that, oh, he has your nose. They told me he has my nose, and I was so excited. And I was telling us this, oh my god, he's gonna look just like me. He's gonna look just like me. And then he's born and they put him here, and I look at his face and tell me why this boy came out with his father's whole face. He looks exactly like his father. Like, what? You know what I mean? I was like, what? So he looks exactly like his father, and I'm like, anyways.
Yes,
How am I?
you're good.
So, guys, I just gave birth to my baby, and they went to weigh him and check him and see how he's doing. And I'm shivering like a duck, but I'm happy. Do ducks shiver? What shivers? Like a chihuahua. But I'm happy. I'm so happy. Are you happy?
Of course, I'm happy.
You came out with your nose.
You
They
handled
lied
it
to
like
me.
a champ. 4 pushes is out.
4 pushes is out.
Proud
Thank you
of
so
you.
much for being there for me.
Of course. Where would I be?
And I was here thinking I couldn't do it. I'm like, see, I did it before midnight.
Exactly. July 4th, baby.
July
Wow.
4th. Yay. So then he was here and they took him to go weigh him. And Aziz went, and then they dressed him up in his clothes that we had brought. And they gave him to his father, and his father was just holding him. And it was so cute. Aziz was so happy.
Are you already sucking your finger?
Then, guys, my placenta was not coming out. So my placenta was stuck, guys. And keep in mind, when your placenta is stuck in your body, you are still bleeding. So I was losing a lot of blood, and it had been like 40 minutes of them trying to remove my placenta and it wasn't coming out. And then the doctor went and called a female doctor. So she came, she put on a glove, and guys, she took her hand and put it inside my womb and scraped my placenta. It took like 10-15 minutes and it was way more painful than giving birth. Honestly, you guys, the actual giving birth part did not hurt. But the whole after stuff they were doing was so painful. So she put her hand in there and scraped the wall of my inside till the placenta came out. And she pulled it out like this with her arm. And she went back to check if she removed everything. I'm like, yo. And then after that, I thought I was done. And then they're talking about second degree tears. I'm like, tears? I thought I didn't tear. Because the thing is, guys, your punani can rip into shreds when you're giving birth. And I thought I did not tear because I didn't feel anything. I guess I tore. Because this doctor, the male one now, the one who's been attending to me this whole time, tell me why this guy comes holding an injection and he's like, I'm going to stitch you up. I'm like, not you. And then he's like, "Bula mouth, nna sentle tlhama. Kana what? Kanto wa re ke ire tiro ya me yang o ntsa. O kgona go nna sentle." He puts like a numbing medicine, which it worked kind of. It didn't work 100%, but it kind of worked. And as this is holding the baby, the doctor is stitching me. Okay, guys, so we had to kind of change positions because my little baby woke up. Yeah. Anyways, so guys, it was just so dehumanizing. Like having people like you're sitting in a pool of your own blood, people are just putting their hands in your body, just stitching you up, like oh, and guys, I left the hospital with high blood pressure, but they said it's just gestational high blood pressure, so it should go on its own, God willing. So we'll wait and see how that goes. I've been taking high blood medicine every day, and yeah, it's just life now. And yeah, we'll see at my 6 week checkup if my blood pressure has regulated. I've been going to check my blood pressure every week at the clinic, so we'll see if by then it's regulated. Then I don't need to take the medicine anymore. But so far, like it's been much better. Like my blood pressure every time I go check, it's normal, so that's a good sign.
It's a video.
Then tell me that. I just gave birth to a bouncing baby boy. Is my body snatched?
I'm not videoing down there.
Wait.
I'm just videoing up.
I see. We're saving that one for OnlyFans. And yeah, that's pretty much how I brought my little one into this world. Yeah, I'm so happy that me and him are okay. And I'm so excited to go on this journey and be a new parent. But yeah, and just be, good parents with his dad and see how that goes. But yeah, guys, I gotta attend to him because I need to change his diaper. This is it from me. I love you guys so much, and please don't forget to leave a comment down below. Me and my baby will see you guys next week, and bye.